Welcome to Curious Kids. To receive videos about animal facts and other knowledgeable videos, please subscribe. In this video, we will explore the various aspects of kangaroos' existence, including their origin, speed and related abilities, lifespan, eating habits, social structure, relationship with humans, and the lives of their young. Through this exploration, we will gain a deeper appreciation for these unique animals. Kangaroos are one of the most iconic animals native to Australia, instantly recognizable for their unique appearance and fascinating behaviors. These marsupials are an integral part of Australia's ecosystem and culture, symbolizing the country in various forms, from national emblems to popular wildlife attractions. However, kangaroos are much more than just a symbol. They have a rich biological history, a remarkable way of life, and fascinating interactions with humans and the environment. Origin of kangaroos. Kangaroos belong to the family Macropodidae, which is part of the order Diprotodontia, the largest order of marsupials. The name macropod means large foot, a reference to the kangaroo's distinctively large hind feet, which are key to their ability to move efficiently. The evolutionary history of kangaroos traces back to ancient times, and their origins are tightly linked with the continent of Australia. Fossil evidence suggests that the ancestors of modern kangaroos diverged from other marsupials around 25 to 30 million years ago during the late Miocene period. These early ancestors of kangaroos were small, tree-dwelling animals that likely lived in the dense forests that covered Australia at that time. Over millions of years, as the climate of Australia became drier and the landscape changed, the ancestors of the modern kangaroo adapted to more open, grassland environments. By the Pleistocene era, around 1.5 million years ago, the large kangaroos that we recognize today had evolved. At this time, the continent's ecosystems had changed significantly, leading to the development of the distinct traits we associate with kangaroos, such as their large, muscular hind legs, large tail, and herbivorous diet. These features enabled them to thrive in the vast, arid outback environments that characterize much of Australia today. Interestingly, the kangaroo family once included even larger species than the ones we see today. The giant Procoptodon species, for example, stood as tall as 10 feet and roamed the plains of Australia during the Pleistocene. However, these large kangaroos eventually became extinct, possibly due to climate changes and overhunting by early human settlers. Kangaroo speed and related abilities. Kangaroos are known for their extraordinary speed and agility, especially when it comes to hopping. Their distinctive mode of locomotion involves powerful, spring-like leaps powered by their strong, muscular hind legs. This ability to travel at high speeds while hopping is one of the key adaptations that have allowed kangaroos to survive in the vast, open spaces of Australia. Kangaroos can reach speeds of up to 60 km per hour, 37 miles per hour, in short bursts when they are being chased or are trying to evade a predator. At cruising speed, they typically hop at around 25 to 30 km per hour, 15 to 18 miles per hour. The long, powerful tail of a kangaroo is used for balance, especially during high-speed leaps, making their movement incredibly efficient. Kangaroos also have exceptional endurance, allowing them to cover long distances at a steady pace. This endurance is an adaptation to Australia's harsh and unpredictable climate, where water and food sources can be far apart. When on the move, kangaroos can hop for hours without tiring, covering significant distances in search of food and water. The unique structure of a kangaroo's legs contributes to its speed. Their large, muscular hind legs are well suited for hopping, and they can cover vast distances with minimal energy expenditure. The energy stored in their tendons during each hop helps them travel long distances without exhausting themselves. Additionally, kangaroos have been observed to use their tail as a form of fifth leg when hopping at slower speeds, particularly when they need extra balance or are moving through rough terrain. The tail helps the kangaroo maintain stability and is a key feature in their highly effective locomotion. Lifespan of kangaroos. The lifespan of a kangaroo varies depending on species, environmental factors, and the presence of threats. In the wild, kangaroos generally live for about 6 to 8 years, though some individuals can live longer. The maximum lifespan of a kangaroo can reach up to 12 years, particularly in areas where food is abundant and predators are fewer. In captivity, where threats are limited and medical care is available, some kangaroos can live even longer, with some individuals living up to 18 years. The life cycle of a kangaroo begins when a female gives birth to a tiny, underdeveloped joey. The joey crawls into the mother's pouch, where it continues to develop and grow. The process of reproduction and the life of the joey will be explored in more detail later, but it's important to note that the survival of young kangaroos depends heavily on environmental conditions. Many joeys do not survive due to predation, food scarcity, or harsh weather conditions. Kangaroos face various threats throughout their lives, including predators, disease, and the impacts of climate change. However, despite these challenges, kangaroos have adapted to their environments in ways that have allowed their populations to persist for millions of years. Eating habits of kangaroos. Kangaroos are herbivores, primarily feeding on grasses, shrubs, and other vegetation. They are highly selective grazers, often preferring fresh, tender shoots to older, tougher plants. Kangaroos have evolved to be very efficient at foraging, using their keen sense of smell and vision to locate food sources in their often arid and sparse environment. Kangaroos have specialized teeth for grinding down plant material. Their molars and premolars are broad and flat, designed to break down tough vegetation. They also have a unique digestive system that allows them to extract maximum nutrition from the plants they consume. Kangaroos have a chambered stomach similar to that of a cow, which allows them to ferment and break down the cellulose in plant matter before it moves through the rest of the digestive system. Unlike some other herbivores, kangaroos can survive on relatively low-quality vegetation, which is important in the harsh Australian outback, where food can be scarce. They also have the ability to go without water for extended periods, extracting moisture from the plants they eat. When water sources are available, however, kangaroos will drink to rehydrate. Kangaroos are also known for their feeding behavior. They are often seen grazing in groups, with individuals moving through an area in search of food. They are most active in the early morning and late afternoon, when temperatures are cooler. This behavior helps them avoid the intense heat of midday, which can be physically taxing, especially in the desert-like environments they often inhabit. Social structure of kangaroos. Kangaroos are social animals, and they often form groups known as mobs. These mobs consist of varying numbers of individuals, from a small group of a few kangaroos to large herds of up to 50 or more. The social structure of a mob can vary depending on the species and the environment. In a mob, the kangaroos tend to establish a loose hierarchy. Dominant males, often larger and more muscular, may assert their dominance through aggressive behaviors, such as boxing with rival males. Female kangaroos are generally not involved in these conflicts but tend to prefer associating with more dominant males, as these individuals are more likely to have access to resources and mates. Kangaroos are known for their distinctive behavior of boxing, which is a form of sparring between males. This behavior is not only a way for males to establish dominance but also a display of strength and endurance. The boxing matches often involve kicking, clawing, and grappling, and they can be quite intense, though rarely result in serious injury. Outside of mating and social hierarchies, kangaroos in a mob will often engage in cooperative behaviors, such as grazing together, keeping an eye out for predators, and helping each other detect dangers. Mobs are typically peaceful, though disputes can arise when resources are limited, such as during droughts or in areas where food and water are scarce. Human-kangaroo relations. Kangaroos have a long and complicated relationship with humans. As one of Australia's most famous animals, they are frequently featured in tourism, national symbols, and cultural references. Kangaroos have been depicted on Australian currency, stamps, and as mascots for various brands. They are beloved by many for their unique appearance and behavior, and they are often the subject of wildlife documentaries and conservation efforts. However, the relationship between humans and kangaroos has not always been peaceful. In agricultural areas, kangaroos are sometimes viewed as pests, as they can damage crops and compete with livestock for resources. Farmers often deal with kangaroo populations by culling, a practice that has sparked significant debate regarding animal rights and wildlife management. In some regions, kangaroo populations are controlled through government-sanctioned culling programs, particularly during times of drought or when their numbers exceed the carrying capacity of the land. This can be a controversial issue, with conservationists advocating for more humane management methods and the protection of kangaroo populations. Human impact on kangaroos also extends to habitat destruction and the effects of climate change. As Australia's climate becomes more unpredictable, with frequent droughts and wildfires, kangaroos face increasingly difficult conditions. These environmental stresses can lead to declines in food availability, water sources, and shelter, which directly affect kangaroo populations. On the other hand, kangaroos have also benefited from human intervention in some cases. For example, protected wildlife reserves and national parks offer safe environments where kangaroos can live without fear of being hunted or displaced by human activity. Kangaroo babies, joeys. The most distinctive feature of kangaroos is their reproductive system, particularly the process of giving birth to underdeveloped young. Female kangaroos have a unique system of reproduction in which they give birth to tiny, underdeveloped joeys. These joeys are typically born after a gestation period of around 33 days, making them some of the least developed babies at birth. Upon birth, the joey is no larger than a jelly bean and is blind, hairless, and underdeveloped. It crawls into the mother's pouch, where it attaches to one of her teats and continues to develop. The pouch provides a safe, warm environment where the joey can grow and mature over several months. The joey will remain in the pouch for about 6 to 8 months, depending on the species, before gradually venturing out. After the joey leaves the pouch, it continues to nurse from its mother for several months, and may even return to the pouch if it feels threatened or is still too young to fully survive outside. By the time the joey is about 1 year old, it is typically weaned and able to live independently, though it may remain with the mob for some time. Adaptations and physical characteristics of kangaroos. Kangaroos have evolved several remarkable physical adaptations that enable them to thrive in Australia's varied and often harsh environments. From their muscular legs to their specialized digestive system, these adaptations are key to their survival. Below, we'll explore some of these adaptations in greater detail. Powerful hind legs and hopping. One of the most notable characteristics of kangaroos is their powerful hind legs, which are designed for hopping. Unlike most land mammals, kangaroos use hopping as their primary mode of locomotion, which is highly energy efficient over long distances. Their powerful hind legs are much larger and stronger than their forelegs, which helps them generate the force required to leap over great distances. Kangaroos' unique ability to hop across the land is an evolutionary adaptation that allows them to cover vast distances quickly while expending less energy than running or walking. This is particularly important in Australia's arid outback, where food and water sources are often spaced far apart. By hopping, kangaroos can conserve energy while moving efficiently between these resources. Their large hind feet also help them maintain balance when hopping at high speeds. The kangaroo's long, muscular tail functions as a counterbalance to the weight of their upper body. This tail is not just for support during movement, it also serves as a useful tool for maintaining stability while resting, climbing, or even using it to sit on their hind legs. Efficient digestion and specialized teeth. Kangaroos have a highly efficient digestive system, which allows them to extract the maximum nutritional value from tough, fibrous plants. As herbivores, kangaroos consume large quantities of vegetation, but their food is not always highly nutritious. Therefore, kangaroos have evolved a specialized gut to help them process and extract nutrients from the plants they eat. A kangaroo's stomach is divided into several chambers, much like the stomach of a cow. This chambered stomach allows the kangaroo to ferment plant material, breaking down cellulose before it moves further into the digestive tract. This fermentation process is crucial for extracting nutrients from fibrous plants, such as grasses, which would otherwise be difficult to digest. Additionally, kangaroos possess specialized teeth for grinding plant matter. Their molars and premolars are broad and flat, allowing them to break down tough vegetation effectively. Their incisors are sharp and useful for clipping grasses and other plant material, and they continually grow throughout the kangaroo's life to cope with the wear and tear caused by constant grinding. These digestive adaptations enable kangaroos to survive in Australia's challenging environments, where food can often be scarce and of low nutritional value. Adaptations to water conservation. Australia's unpredictable climate often creates conditions where water is scarce, especially in the arid interior of the continent. Kangaroos are particularly well adapted to deal with these challenges and can go for long periods without drinking water. Instead, they extract most of the moisture they need from the plants they eat. Their kidneys are also highly efficient, allowing them to conserve water by producing concentrated urine. This is crucial in dry environments, where water may not always be readily available. Kangaroos' ability to extract moisture from food allows them to survive in regions where other animals might struggle to stay hydrated. Kangaroos also exhibit behaviors that help them conserve water. For example, they are more active during the cooler parts of the day, such as early morning or late afternoon, and they avoid the heat of midday. Additionally, kangaroos can lower their metabolic rate during particularly hot and dry periods, which reduces their need for water. Camouflage and self-preservation. Kangaroos' fur is typically a sandy or reddish-brown color, which helps them blend in with the Australian landscape. This coloration provides them with some degree of camouflage, especially in the open grasslands and scrublands of the outback. The ability to blend into their surroundings is an important survival mechanism, as it helps them avoid detection by predators. Moreover, kangaroos are adept at detecting danger. Their large, upright ears are highly sensitive and can swivel to pick up sounds from various directions. When danger is perceived, kangaroos will use their powerful legs to leap away, often taking off at incredible speeds to escape predators. Kangaroos have also been observed standing upright on their hind legs to scan for threats, using their height to get a better view of the surrounding area. This is an effective strategy in open environments, where a higher vantage point allows them to spot predators from a distance. Kangaroo species and their diversity. While all kangaroos belong to the same family, Macropodidae, there are several different species, each adapted to different environments and exhibiting unique behaviors. Broadly, these species can be classified into four major types: red kangaroos, eastern gray kangaroos, antilopine kangaroos, and western gray kangaroos. Red kangaroo, Macropus rufus. The red kangaroo is the largest and most iconic species of kangaroo. Males can grow up to 2 meters, 6.5 feet, in length and weigh over 90 kilograms, 200 pounds. These kangaroos are found primarily in the central and western parts of Australia. Red kangaroos are well adapted to survive in Australia's arid interior, where their large size and powerful legs help them travel long distances in search of food and water. Red kangaroos are known for their distinct reddish-brown fur, which provides camouflage in the dry grasslands and deserts of their habitat. They are also known for their extraordinary jumping ability and can cover vast distances in a single leap. Eastern gray kangaroo, Macropus giganteus. The eastern gray kangaroo is the second largest species and is found in the eastern regions of Australia, including parts of New South Wales, Queensland, and Victoria. These kangaroos have a more neutral grayish-brown fur color, which also helps them blend into their grassy and forested habitats. Eastern gray kangaroos are known for being more social than their red counterparts. They are often seen in larger mobs, particularly in areas with abundant food and water. They are also more likely to be found near human settlements, as they tend to adapt well to altered landscapes and environments. Western gray kangaroo, Macropus fuliginosus. Smaller than both the red and eastern gray species, the western gray kangaroo is found primarily in the southern parts of Australia. They have a dark gray coat with a lighter underbelly, and they prefer more temperate regions compared to their desert-dwelling cousins. Western gray kangaroos are often found in woodland and scrubland areas and are known for their quieter, more reserved nature. While they can be seen in mobs, their groups tend to be smaller than those of the eastern gray kangaroos. Antilopine kangaroo, Macropus antilopinus. The antilopine kangaroo is a species found in the tropical northern regions of Australia, particularly in Arnhem Land and parts of Queensland. These kangaroos are distinct from other species due to their long, lean build and the more agile way they move, resembling the appearance and movement of an antelope. Antilopine kangaroos have a lighter brown coat, with males developing darker fur around the shoulders and neck. They are adapted to more humid, tropical environments and can tolerate higher temperatures compared to other kangaroo species. Next video will be on ostrich facts. To receive such knowledgeable videos, like, share and subscribe now. Share link with your friends and family.